Welcome back to another exciting day of behind the scenes, pulling the curtains away of an unedited session with our beautiful quarter horse mare Tango, and where I show you the journey of unlocking Passage. And I must say, the last session was actually yesterday with her, and I'm so thrilled. It's so much fun, it's so much freedom to explore a communication, a dialogue in that way, where we play with our ingredients, where we allow the horse to show what they already have inside. And it's really exciting, especially the more aware we get about those ingredients, because then the more we can play with them. And something really interesting happened yesterday, because I changed one ingredient I didn't even really intend it to change. Maybe you noticed yesterday I was wearing riding boots. I thought it may look nicer than in my running shoes here. But with this change of clothes, my ingredient changed. So as the riding boots are obviously not so comfortable to run in, I unintentionally did shorter steps yesterday. And maybe you remember we tapped into something really nice yesterday. I was really excited. I told you I got goosebumps, where she came up higher and more up and forward also with her front legs, where I actually at the time thought it's more towards Grand Passage, what I'm looking for, the normal passage which most people know. But when I actually watched the recording, I saw, okay, it was more towards two Passage. And also yesterday, multiple times during the session, I noticed our steps are slightly too short to tap into the Grand Passage, which just got confirmed when I watched the recording from yesterday. And I believe all this came from me being in less comfort in my riding boots. So again, it's interesting that sometimes we can change some ingredients intentionally, and sometimes it's subconscious, not intentional, which happened yesterday to a certain degree. So today I'm back to my running shoes, to my comfort. And today my plan is to tap into the step length I already experienced prior to yesterday's session, which will allow her to go more into the Grand Passage. And also I would like to explore today to elongate the steps even a little bit more. And most people would think like going from that step length to that one. No, going from that step length to that one, that you guys maybe won't even see it, but I will communicate it. And let's see what's happening, okay? And also, yesterday something else I changed. I directly started with the shoulder in, which I believe was the first time that I started that way. I think went really well, but let's change it again today and start a little bit without the lateral position, no, having her more straight, more symmetric from nose to tail. And one more thing, what I also noticed, that yesterday I leveled up the requirements for our CPPP, connection, position, posture, power, meaning I leveled up the connection in the way I was asking her to be more centered in the sensitive trait. Like we have our horse traits, 9 different rows, and we always have a centered row. This is what most people would like, what we would like to see in the horse, like being sensitive, that she responds on a phase 1 within 1 or 2 seconds and adequate to my energy level. Then on the more expressive side, it's hypersensitive, meaning she does more than I wanted, sooner than I wanted, and for longer than I wanted. And on the less expressive side means that she needs a longer time, more than 1 or 2 seconds, maybe a higher phase, and less than my body energy level was. And this is where mostly she is in, since we're filming this. And so meaning I'm helping her to go from high tolerant to sensitive. And those horse traits, they're really a game changer, and we dive into this in detail in our coaching program and our Nexus Gold, where we help people who want to follow that journey to be able to read those traits, which are just behaviors that reflect a certain mental emotional state in the horse. And through those traits we help people to read them, to see which traits are popping up. And then also, because it's good to know she's high tolerant and we would like her to be more sensitive, but then what to do about it. And I scratched on this to share some information already, and for sure I do it, the phases to get her from high tolerant to sensitive. But again, in detail, we share this step by step, how you can put it into practice in our coaching program, which right now I feel like it's not the space and time to go too much into that. So today, so what I wanted to say with all that, I felt like helping her to be more sensitive was helping her to unlock more, and also to get into a better head neck position, which I believe starts to change. And I know, I already see it happening, and I know from other horses, from our experience, that very soon her head neck posture will improve massively. So stay tuned, okay? So the plan for today is ramping up our baseline for having her more centered, and then playing with the ingredients, and I said in combination with having some longer steps. Okay, let's go. So I already feel here from our traits, the first one is courageous. Yes, she is. Is she compliant, following my requested energy direction? Yes. Is she calm? Is it on the next row above? Yes. Is she attentive? Yes. Is she maintaining gait and direction? Yes. And is she sensitive? She's high tolerant on the less expressive side. So I felt that right through from the first connecting with her and asking her something. But I intentionally decided I just check the lower traits, have some brain space also to talk you through this. And now I will directly, if she's again high tolerant, then I will connect with our energy app with what we call long phase 1. About 6 seconds phase 1, then short 2, phase 3, phase 4, until she put some effort in. Yes, then at the end there was some effort. And the sweet thing is, as we already have such a great connection and communication, when I went to my phase 4, it's still very soft, like I was maybe like this. So I feel a slight discomfort, but it's quite far away from pain. And I just ask her, hey, please do more, put some effort in to follow my requested energy direction, and then I stop. And now I check the same for forwards. Was sensitive for me, so I am directly going from my magnet forward into what we call go with body energy, which means just keep going with what you're doing. Now I change my body energy into that she steps back and test again, is she sensitive? Oh, she even stopped, so I think it's clear for you to say that she was on the less expressive side again, high tolerant. Whoa, this time I was just transitioning from a phase 2 to 3, and she already put some effort in, maybe slightly less effort than before, but on a lower phase, so I thought that's worth it to stop. And I will do this now multiple times in a flow. Interesting, forward request was sensitive again. Now I test the forward request for trot. Was high tolerant. So I went again through my phases, what we call long phase 1, which goes from, helps her to get from high tolerant to sensitive. Wow, that was sensitive. That now she responded on a phase 1 within 1 or 2 seconds, adequate to my energy level I had in my body energy. And can you imagine what kind of difference it is when you become the person that you can ask the horse to be that sensitive? Because all of us equestrians, I believe, we want to do as little as possible. A low phase 1, the horse, if the horse responds prompt, it makes just everything so different, the dialogue you can have. Okay, I tested a couple of more times into the backing up. Good. Wow, that's a different feel. Wow, that was sensitive again. Only I used my body energy, and I tested, applied some support energy, because this is also what I want to test, and if needed, help to get centered from high tolerant to sensitive. And now she even cantered. This was very, very awesome. Felt really good. I will have one test on her right, because don't assume that it will be the same here. So now I start from non-collected walk, asking her to slow down and stop. Oh, now I was not even quick enough to go with her. The down transition was sensitive, but here not as much. And here I was almost just on a phase 2, and she already put some effort in. Oh. Do you see that difference? I just brought some energy up. I raised my magnet a little bit, which was in the first place non-intentional. But then she came up and already offered some collection. And then what I did, I read it and I thought, okay, am I already asking it? And then I connected and felt my magnet already came up. And as she was so sensitive in general, she responded really sensitive on my change with bringing my own body energy, my own magnet up. And that is what allows us to, this development you now have seen here, this allows us to tap into also high collection in a way where we mostly only have to use body energy. This is again where we want to get, right? That we don't need to support with rhythmic energy of the stick or voice or whatever. And what I show you is it's not a coincidental place where you arrive. There's a pathway, step by step you can follow to get there. Okay, ask her to back up. High tolerant already, I feel it and see it. Oi. Magnet, my magnet is still down, I just magneted into her non-collected forward. Good. Was sensitive. Now I test the down transition. Is she sensitive? Down transition was sensitive, but then in the backing up, not. Now ask a bit more. Good. Now test again. Oui, that was even more towards center, in the center. And now the backing up was great. And now I bring my magnet into her forwards and up. Already start some higher steps. Do you see? The right front. Yes. And ask for a bit more. Oh, I would class this as a little passage with the very first request here. You're awesome. And something I want to emphasize again, that in the horse world there's so much about the horses have to do it in that order, in that way. They have to be symmetrical. They have to do this and this and this. That the emphasis really gets a bit lost about that. How are we feeling in the process? Does this make us feel good? Me excited and thrilled and on fire and connected with her, and her giving also a good feeling of coming up. This is so important, and this is the bigger percentage. Yes, I'm amazed how she can move, but how we feel in the process, I believe also she cannot even put that into words. Like, how can I describe this? This is so amazing. This is why Tony and I are so passionate about laying out a pathway for people who want to feel this, who want to see the horse shining like that. And you could even say that I become her superstar and she becomes my superstar. Sounds maybe for some people a bit weird, but this is really how it feels, that become this amazing team who explore something what we haven't done before. So what means we have to go through a journey of transformation, which is not always looking like the end result. It's not always feeling maybe comfortable, but man, is it worth it to go through that journey to get to the place where you get that feeling and that outcome where we both can benefit so much. Really, really cool. Okay, let's see after that long talk if she's still sensitive. Yes. I ask her up. Ask her in some trot. Ask him up. No support energy existing yet. Come on. Shorter steps. Change my frequency. We lose energy now and 2 short steps. Come on. Change ingredients again, because I think we can do better. Sweet. Change ingredients again. Shorter steps. We need a slower frequency. Now. Good. So now really these little changes in ingredients make a big difference. If she gets into a faster frequency, usually then she obviously steps faster and flatter. Or when I change my ingredients again, if she goes into high collected canter, Or again, if I change the ingredients again, if she goes towards core massage. Okay, let's change the direction. It's okay, you can do it. Come on, girl. 2 flat steps, I have to change something. No? Yes. Yeah, super good. It's okay. Not so easy, huh? I will ask again for higher steps on the next to the rail. Come on. Now elongate the steps a bit. That was good. Maybe not the most expressive step set in Passage, but a lot of them. A lot of higher steps. And I'm not particularly going it for quantity, having to get a lot of steps, but it just gives me more time to explore and adjust and see how does it affect her. Well done, girl. So now I changed a little bit more in relation to yesterday with the longer steps, which was pretty cool. Now I have a short scratch on seeing how it is with the shoulder in combination, which is nothing else than a change of set in ingredients. In that case, it's a change in ingredients of her how she's positioned in. Okay, start a non-collection, go and trot. Come on, 2 short steps. There's a bit of energy today. Come on. Not yet. Yeah, wow. Felt the first like, oh, okay, we're a bit far away. And then we got the right constellation of ingredients where the steps got slower rhythm, slower frequency. So she had more time to leave one diagonal pair on the ground, to push her other diagonal pair for longer up and forward. Okay, power on. Stay out. Yeah, a bit longer steps. Yeah. Yes. Whoa. Oh, wow. Have you seen that? I hope this was cool. More jump up and forwards. Wow. So also I think what you feel, even if I wouldn't express it now with words, is how excited I am and how my filter is set on seeing all the development, all the greatness which is happening here. Because it's so easy to get stuck, just as a person in general, but also with our horses, to get stuck on everything that's not working yet, that's not as good as we would like to be, which is not as good looking as we would like to be. So maybe we are getting afraid, worried that somebody's judging us, if somebody's watching. Like for example, I could get really fussed about and stuck at that her head neck posture is not perfect yet. It's not pretty yet. It's not looking developed yet. It doesn't look yet like we're already doing this for a long time. Or I could get really stuck at that sometimes her ears come a little bit back. Or sometimes she gets what we call foot salad, where it looks like she gets a bit of coordination trouble and does sometimes some weird things with her legs. I see it and I take it in and decide, do I have to do something about it right now? Or do I trust the process that it will get better, it will get more developed. Her coordination will improve, her ears will come more forward, her head neck posture will become more developed. It will become stunning, I know it. But everything at the right time and without getting overly focused about it and getting hijacked about it. But therefore I focus on the things that I believe allow all these things that are not that great yet to fall into place without that I have to push on them and pull on them and make them and force them. Okay, I could stop here, but I have a short feel on the other side. And why I mention you could stop here is there's no right or wrong. You could stop here or have another feel on the other side. For sure she's not worn yet muscle-wise. So it's also not just about when is the horse worn. They have so much power anyway. It's about finding a place where you're in peace to stop. Okay. 2 short steps, I believe. Something started. Come on. Just before the canter. Then some du passage, I believe. Come on. Oh, canter, and I think some more du passage. Canter non-collection. Yes, 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 and then the canter. Come on. No. Come on. Okay. Go to the fence. Yes. Come on. Yes. 1 step. So it took a bit longer now, but we got a nice step and I have a moment to get a breath back. So you see, you have to be a bit fit as well. And yes, you get something for that. I think I will have one more go without the shoulder in because I feel like I can get to a better stopping point. Which also shows we don't have to get stuck in having to stay in the shoulder in. We have the freedom to change, adjust, and go from there. What is Fanny doing on your hair? Okay, sensitive is gone. Oh, yes. Good. Okay, come on. 2 short steps. Lost it a bit, which is also okay. Ask up. Feel like a bit of energy here. Yeah, 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 yes. Awesome. Nice. So this is also interesting, right? Now I felt like a bit of energy was lacking and often falling again into 2 short steps. So it took us a way longer time to tap into some higher steps, passage steps, which is no problem. Just also interesting to see again what allows us to get there and what not. Cool. I'm really happy. Another great session. Felt good. We tapped into something cool. I think she did in relation to yesterday, we had moments where she did more little beginning passage steps, and we tapped into it also sooner, I believe, and easier. Lost it a little bit towards the end and put it a little bit back together again. And then also super to call that a day. Thank you. See you next time, guys.